RediRodion is Polish. He is he was the player who was slightly higher rated. He was rated around 1700. Like the highest peak of his rating was like 1700, and then Roechelrochen had 1600-ish. So they're currently both around 1550, 1600. So should be very close games. It's game 1 Arabia, and then there is hidden pick then there's home maps, and this hidden pick no repeat on the SIS. So yeah, it's supposed to be a long series. So I will fast forward certain parts, like I said, but I would say we just get in here. Could I ask Roechelrochen and RediRodion, are any of you in chat right now? Just so we know. So if you are, I can also directly talk to you to give feedback on the plays and such. Okay, we have Ready here. Roechelrochen is not here at the moment by the sounds of it, but we'll jump in anyway. This will be the first game. Roechel couldn't make it live. Okay, gotcha. So this was then game 1. It's Arabia, as we know, and we have Ready going for Vietnamese. I want to see if he wanted to lame. And we have Roechelrochen going for the Vikings. So this overlay, this also means that they are ruling out these civs for future games, and I think there are water maps as well here. So for Roechelrochen to pick Vikings means he's ruling out Vikings for water maps in the late run. So maybe Ready did choose a water map later with that in mind. Let's see, I just want to lower the scroll speed a little bit. Fenver, thanks for gifting a sub to Ready, appreciate that. So far, what can we see? Already has an insane map, actually. Woodlands are nice. Front is a little bit open, but the back goal there is perfect. So that's very, very convenient. What is this next? This is a final of my Discord tournament. This is the Berserk division, which was also like the second division. So I chose to call it second division just to make it easier for people that aren't familiar with the ranking here. So both of them have around 1600, 1700 max rating, like as their peak, and they were currently around 1550, 1600 by the time this was played. So what are we looking here? Ooh, barracks before mill from Ready. This is something that is quite difficult to play, actually, because your food eco will be worse because you're not doing the mill, right? So it's a little bit hard to manage this because you want to have the food for militia and you need the gold and everything at the same time as maintaining your eco. So he is getting the militia out. He's housed currently. Need a pleb co-caster. If you want to co-cast, but it's hard because it's recorded games, and I want to be able to fast forward a little bit here and there because it's supposed to be a long set, so I have to fast forward here and there, so it will be hard to stay in sync. So it seems like he has done a good job. Population is still similar, village count, so he's done a good job keeping production going and getting the barracks before mill working without hurting the village count too much. You can see he's slightly behind, but not too much, so all in all a good job there. Crazy Penguin, thank you for the 2 months there. As you can see, we know he knows the town center because he is Vietnamese. This could actually be why he chose Vietnamese as well. I'm not sure already if you could elaborate on that, but if you wanted to go for the barracks before mill from the start and chose Vietnamese because of that, so you could see the town center and know that you got in. That's always an option here. So Roechelrochen looks like he wants to go for men-at-arms, which is very normal, as Vikings obviously is 2 on gold, which is the norm, as he's trying to deal with the drush incoming here. With this map as well, it makes sense to do a drush because it's really easy to wall and really easy to go fast castle as well. Because of that. Killing the deer! Ay, ay, ay. Disrespect. A lot of counter picks, civs against archers, drush before mill as well. Good knowing the TC location. Okay. So I would say the drush is doing a good job at the moment. It's buying time, it's causing reactions, and it is slowing him down a little. What we notice now is that Roechelrochen is choosing to go for the Amashlegon Algi. Is choosing to go for the counter attack instead of dealing with the drush. Now he can do this because he is now safe, sort of. Most important resources are walled, so the drush from Rude is not supposed to do too much more. Ooh, we walled him in! Ay, masterpiece, and Man-at-Arms running into the town. He's trying to go for a gate, a little bit too late, but there's another gate. Nice, putting the villager on the right spot as well. These guys can actually be trapped. They're actually sort of trapped now as well. So Ready showing the place. Nice stuff there. Saving old villagers as well, so didn't lose anything. Garrisoning as well. This opening has played out so good for Ready. The militia and everything is still alive as well, which makes it even better. So Ready has definitely had a really good start here. Preparing for the fast castle as well by the looks of it. On the other hand, Roechelrochen is trying to go for the archer switch. Something I would like to point out here is... This is in general, it's not bad, but you don't want to have like a random range this direction, right? It's a very small thing, in theory. Oh, so Ready isn't going for the fast cast. It's going for eco gold upgrade, horse color, Villax, and Man-at-Arms. So Ready is switching into the feudal age. I think that's a fair choice, given how good the opening has played out. Just to not take any risk and keep applying the pressure, get all the eco upgrades. So I think that's fair, going for a second range as well. But I wanted to point out the circumstances here regarding the range, the second range as well. So I want to explain why this is potentially not great. These two ranges here are his main buildings right now. They are the most important buildings, and this is obviously where your reinforcements come from, where your army comes from, where it's produced. Now, in general, you want to have these buildings next to important resources, or as part of a wall in the front towards your opponent. So in this case, this doesn't really serve any of those purposes, right? And if you ask me, I would place the range there and there probably, because this supports my base here where I'm exposed. And it's also direction towards my opponent, right? Well, when he's putting it there, say he makes 5-6 archers and puts them in the range, and then Ready comes around on the corner here. He would have to run so far to actually defend any resources, and this doesn't serve to protect anything from where he might get attacked. While this is a very natural place to get attacked, because all his resources are in this area, right? This should have just been palisade wall, and the ranges should have been towards the front here. Man-at-Arm did break the wall, but he got killed without getting anything from it. The scout did escape, and there's already archers forward from Roechelrochen. Roechelrochen is trying to be very aggressive here. I assume he thinks Ready is going fast castle, which is why he feels like he has to try and do something as well. But yeah, Ready is just going for a transitional feudal age play with great economy, and it's looking very good for him right now. Only thing, this part here missing to be walled. Also this part, or eventually between those forests. Man-at-Arms still alive. Looks like they picked off one villager, so that's obviously another great event for Ready. Rachel. Let's call him let's call him Rachel. It's Rachel and Ross. Ready. Archer behind the woodline. Annoying, but should be cleaned up and dealt with very fast. So good move by Rachel there. Rachel is getting the archers number out. But then again here, the men-at-arms and scouts we're here, right? And the archers have to come from all the way over there. Very small things, but still very, very important on a larger scale. You can even say that. Okay, so Ready is cleaning up that, getting his eco sorted. Eco balance looks pretty solid. Would like to see a second lumber camp at some point. Finishing off the wall now. Rachel as well. Oh, look at Redi. Redi's being quite cheeky here. Nice micro here, picking off maybe one villager. Yep, got him. Good micro there, definitely way better than Doubt. And yeah, he's just outmaneuvering Rachel right now. Rachel is struggling to catch up. And also keep in mind, Redi has... Why is red blue? What? I used Alt G. But either way, he's outmaneuvering here. Keep in mind the Vietnamese have the extra HP on the archers as well. 6 more HP than a regular archer. So that gives you a lot more potential as well. Rachel is forced into skirms, but he's also still missing the armor upgrade, which is kind of what is necessary to make sure you fight very cost effective against archers. So Redi is absolutely demolishing this game now so far. Rachel is doing a good job maintaining villager production and such, but he's just in such a rough spot now. Now he will clean this up or force it out because he does have the counter units now. But still, the damage has been done. But then again, we also have to keep in mind that Rachel is Vikings, so he gets a wheelbarrow for free. So even though he is taking these hits, his eco should still be pretty damn solid. 1 second, please. Yeah. So again, I wanna point out, like, again, look how such a small thing as where you place your archery ranges has such a big impact on the game, right? If those archery ranges were here, the skirms would have been reinforcing non-stop. But look, they're coming all the way from there and they have to run so far to actually take part in the fight. So this is just a very good game to also explain and show that positioning of buildings is super crucial and important. This is a tricky now. Redi is being very, very aggressive here. Rachel does have the armor upgrades now, so he should start trading well. But Redi is doing a good job microing here, so he's not getting the worst end of the stick for the most part. Constant trickle of archers coming forward as well. So macro is good on both sides. Rachel is ready to click Castle Age pretty much as well, as is Redi. So even though the score is very in favor of Redi now, it's still very close economically, and the timing to Castle Age should be very close. But Redi is actually showing really good micro here with archers here. Should be a lot of that build. Even splitting up, 3 archers there, 8 archers there, to get maximum efficiency on the damage output. Really well done. He's gonna lose the whole army now, but he's taking so many villagers with him into the grave. So I'm sure Redi felt very happy with this trade, as there's more archers coming in on the other side now. And again, where are the archery ranges from Rachel? Well, I mean, the archers are running into the town center, so it's fine if they're not there then. But if the ranges are in the right spot, he will defend. Again, just keeping them alive, microing, being annoying. Very well done by Redi here, but they're both heading into Castle Age. Redi is adding stables, double stable, doing the armor upgrade for his scouts. Still only 1 lumber camp, but it's not necessarily terrible here. 8 on gold should be good balance. Stopped archer production as well, so it's also a counter measure because he knows Rachel is going full skirms now. So Redi makes the knight switch, and that switch, I'm not sure if Rachel scouts this. He doesn't see the stables, and that is very important here. He sees way more archers, so he's gonna assume that there will be more archers coming, but no. Ton of 2 stables. Change color. Do you guys prefer orange and green? Yeah, I can do that. The skirms will be toast. No, yes. Like this? Is this better? So we have red and blue. And now we have Redi as red. Change of things, right? Okay. So the knights come out. The skirms are now a disaster. He even upgraded elite skirm, but they just get hard countered. Villager count is 11 more for Redi here. Now there is the Vikings economy, right? Right now it looks hard to do anything about this. His eco as well is quite messy. Crossbows are coming in. Trying to trade with the skirms and buy time. He has a lot of vills on stone now for some reason. I guess he wants to either get town centers or drop a castle. Either way, Redi is looking completely dominant. Walling off, securing off his base, not taking any risks, and getting the equal rolling. Very, very well done by Red. Knights again active. I think Redi looks to me like an Arabia player, if that makes sense. The typical Arabia player is aggressive, micro-intense, fast, and likes to like run around and harass and everything. And this looks like Redi's type of game, which is why I'm thinking Redi might be an Arabia player. So maybe Rachel has a more of an edge on hybrid maps and different maps. We'll have to see about that. We'll get to see what type of home maps they pick as well as the game goes on. So still no extra town center for Rachel, so he's definitely going for a castle. Now the question is a castle the right choice here? A castle would serve defending, right? But it would not really give him anything more than that, because he cannot make berserks against the crossbows, right? So Rachel feels kind of in a really tough spot now. He's doing university as well. I guess he wants to get ballistics. Nice micro here by Redi, pulling away the knights to debate the fire while the crossbows shoot. Ballistics probably for the skirms, but yeah, it's just looking really, really rough. There's a 20 villager difference right now. There's a castle as well. I'm gonna fast forward this a bit because this game feels quite over now. So we're gonna travel forward a little bit faster until we see things happening or things worth pointing out. Castle of... no, that's the university. So ballistics coming in from red 2. Handcart knights, the macro looks solid. Jumping on the skirms now, going back as soon as he sees the castle. And now Rachel is going for another town center. No, a lumber camp. Yeah, it's just like how does Rachel catch up in economy here? Red knows that, so Red is just jumping in, killing off most of the skirms so his crossbows can run in and just harass the rest of the eco. Another villager down. We're approaching a 30 villager difference soon enough. And it just looks completely over for Rachel right now. Very well executed by Red, to be honest, from start to end. With the whole... it's not only the micro and the macro in general, it's the whole strategy approach here. Was a very well executed strategy and usage of tech and army, so to say, as we have Rachel calling the GG. The game was certainly over. Still 2 TCs for Red, expanding eco there, taking the extra goals, and just probably hitting Imperial Age as well, not in too much longer. So that was very solid, Red. Ready? Very, very solid indeed. Again, I think the main thing to point out here again is just the fact that these ranges are poorly positioned. If these ranges again were here, they would have been reinforcing and taking part in the fight so much more. And that's the main thing, where such a small thing makes such a massive difference. But regardless, Redi punished that and really, really made Rachel pay for that. Marvino, dude, thank you for the 2 years of support. Thank you so much for that. Hope you're doing well, dude. Atlanta09, thank you for the 3. What's their ELO? Both of them were between 1500, 1600. Roach, not Rachel, please. Okay, I'll think about it. Both of them were between 1500 1600 as they played, I think, while Redi had a peak of 1700, while Roach had a peak of 1650 or so. 1600, 1650. So it should be a very close game. Now, again, the settings are Arabia first, and then there are home maps for the loser, and the civilizations are hidden pick, no repeat. So let's see what game 2 would be then. Roach went for Arena, and we have... so to me this already seems like Redi is more of the bread and butter type of player, Arabia, while Roach seems to be more leaning towards maybe hybrid maps, maybe Arena, these types of maps. So you pick your opponent's home map as well. Ah, okay. So we have Britons against Malay. For Roche has Britons and Redi has Malay. Now Ready is blue again. Let's fix that. Yeah, Ready is now red. So Arena, I think here we can fast forward. We can talk about the matchup. It's Britons against Malay. In general, I would say this is a very close matchup. The longer the game goes, I would probably favor Britons. Depending on the, like, if there are no relics, scoreboard, oops, I'm a noob. If there are no relics, I would say Britons should be better as the game goes on. But of course there are relics involved, so if Malay gets 5 relics, for example, they obviously will be better as the game goes on. But Britons just feel like they have a more complete tech tree as everything goes on because of the stable units, for example. But then again, you do have 200 swordsmen that don't cost gold for Malay, so that's pretty insane as well. Yeah, actually, more Prime Viper, I'm aware of that. I've met Roach in real life. So I actually asked him about his name when I met him, so there's that. James, thank you for the bits. Fuzel Woozle Moozle, thanks for the Prime. Ramo990, thank you for the Prime as well. Let's see, I'm trying to see if there's anything out of the ordinary so far. There's a 2 villager difference already, which I find very strange. Oh, how did I miss that he was going to feudal age? Holy cow. Okay, it doesn't matter. Noob caster here, guys. So, double bit X, horse color from red. He's doing the eco approach, where you go fast to feudal age, get economy upgrades, and then you still get a fairly fast castle age, where you still just have a better eco in general because you do the wood upgrade, food upgrade, etc. So you should still hit castle age approximately around 16 minutes either way. Now I think Ready went up a little bit too early here. I think it did 18 pop. I think something like 20 pop is probably a little bit more suited in terms of developing your eco a little bit more smoothly, but looks like he's making it work, so can't really say anything about that. Scout is now out for Roach as well, going for Blacksmith Market and a fast castle. Solid build from Roach as well, going to Stone as well now. So Roach did something here where he didn't take any gold. Oh wait, he did take gold. He took 10 gold and he sold 100 stone. This is one of the ways you can boom pretty much, where you, instead of making a mining camp on gold, you just take 10 gold and sell 100 stone, which will give you 90 or 91 gold in return. And then you just take stone in order to make more town centers. So it looks like Roach is going for a very boomy approach. He actually doesn't have a house right now, so there's a big chance we see Roach getting housed as soon as he hits Castle Age. He did follow the scout of red into the base though, so he will see everything that is coming. He will be able to scout a barracks and stable if he does everything right here. Getting rid of the walls, preparing for the boom, and housed. A little bit of a mistake there. Let's see how he compensates for this. Does he go for wheelbarrow? Does he make a house? He queued up another will. He canceled and queued up again. So is it wheelbarrow or is it rushing up a house? It's wheelbarrow. It's not a great timing for wheelbarrow, obviously, but when you're housed, you kind of want to try and make the best out of it. So let's see how fast. This now depends a lot on how fast Ready gets to Castle Age. He actually made a scout in Feudal Age just to kick away that scout from Roach. So Roach knows there's a stable as well now, with that in mind. And he will now lose his scout. So Roach has no map control right now. He's going for a full boom approach, while Ready is going for the more map control type of approach, where he will grab relics and still have a pretty good eco with Malay. Malay is one of the civs that can actually afford all of this because of the way their economy works. Monastery immediately, second town center. So village account, Roach should pull ahead a little bit, but Ready should get all the monks as he gets housed as well. Ready should get all the relics, that's what I'm trying to say. Probably a third TC coming up on the stone. Oh, we're even going the outside, which he can. because he knows he has full map control, so justified there. Quite heavy in stone here is Mr. Roach, because I assume that he wants to transition towards longbows as the game goes on. No competition at all for the relics. Could maybe make an argument that Redi made one more scout than necessary, but that's something you obviously don't know in the moment. So I think right now we'll just be Redi picking up relics while both of them are just booming away. There's a 14-13 villager difference right now, which is quite a lot, to be fair. But Malay has the 80% faster advancement times, and he's gonna have 5 relics. So that naturally still means that Redi won't... he's not as far behind as it might seem here, based on the villager counts. Feels to me like this will just transition straight into Imperial Age now. So the question is if any one of them wants to make any early imp moves, or if both are just going to transition into a proper late game. Handcard from Redi. There's a 17 village difference now. So Roach has to... if he saw this game, he should feel pretty good about his situation. Their early eco advantage should be pretty damn solid. Roach is on the way to imp now as well, doing loom. He has enough stone for a castle, doing 1 archery range though. So maybe he wants to make skirms or something. I'm not a big fan of how he has built the houses here, because this does serve as a wall. He can still leave on the top side there and here, but it's still very awkward if he wants to send like 10 villagers to the outside, for example. Giving up the relics is in theory never a good idea, but you can compensate by taking an equal lead and doing some early Imperial Age damage. He deleted the house now to make space for another archery range, but then he just walls off again with the archery range. I'm not a big fan of this type of build-up, but it just feels like it will be awkward. He might have to delete another house as well if he wants to have more smooth movement. Range is coming up from Redi as well, so both of them will switch into Arbalest type of approach. Monks being annoying. Oh, he's using the trick where you're just clicking every villager, so they keep getting pulled off. Roach is not reacting yet. And even though Redi clicked up quite a bit later, he's going to be Imperial Age almost the same time as Roach here. Does Redi have all 5 relics? He should. Yes, indeed. Crossbow, so there will be Arbalest from Redi. Arbalest from Roach as well. Roach obviously has the range advantage, but Redi will have faster firing Arbalest because he has Thumb Ring. So the question now is, can Roach do anything about this advantage he has? Where he does have the lead in economy for the time being, but obviously being behind in relic count is not going to be good in the long term. Looks like a doubt castle. It has the picture for a reason. It's not there for fun. So Roach is doing a good job not being active in early imp. The numbers aren't there for Redi yet, so that does give Roach a lot of initiative, increasing that village lead to 12 all of a sudden again, and also keeping Redi off gold and stone here. That is very, very nice for Roach. Doing a forward cast now on the map as well to just take more and more map control. And he's switching to champion at the same time. He's gonna need more farms if he wants to convincingly make a ton of champions. But there's an interesting preparation already for that. Especially considering that you see archery ranges from your opponent. Now there is skirms obviously, but Malay have a really easy way of switching into Arbalest as well, so I'm not sure if champion already makes too much sense. But again, taking a good fight. The upgrades aren't really there for Redi yet, missing the last armor upgrade, so these Arbalester will trade fantastically well still. Yeah, the upgrades are going all towards infantry. Don't see more barracks yet though, but all in all looking really good for Roach here. What yellow are these players? Redi's peak was around 1700, while Roach was around 1650, I think. But when this was played, both of them were, I think, between 1500 and 1600. Isn't it better than Onager to clean those archers fast? An onager doesn't really do it here, because once you have these types of numbers, you can out-micro an onager. Now the Treb is shooting. Can he save this castle? Oh, it's so close. I think one more shot. Okay. Red decides to let the castle go. Trebuchet are in range. I think Roche is staying too long now though. There's too many skirms. The reinforcement area is too close. So he's losing all the Arbalest pretty much for free at this point. So a little bit too long. Staying a little bit too long in the reinforcement area of Ready. Gives Ready a chance to crawl his way right back in. It's a 5 village difference right now. So if I were given this game on my dinner plate, I would choose Red's position right now. We're gonna have to wait and see now how the infantry switch works out. The issue though is with this infantry switch is that Reddy has already full upgrades for his skirms, which also means he has full upgrades for his arbalest or crossbow. And okay, so say you make 30 champion now, he will just make 30 arbalest and you're hard countered. Macro seems solid now though, production is looking good, upgrades are pretty solid, champion is on the way. Almost full upgrades, just missing some attack upgrades. So how does Reddy respond? Reddy does see the barracks, right? So he knows that this is coming, taking some more control, castle on the gold, castle on the stone. It's gonna be about 10 dead villagers for Roach, as Reddy all of a sudden is about 15 villagers ahead. This looks like it's gonna be a long game, but it looks of it right now. None of them are in danger of dying at the moment. It's just sort of war of attrition right now. Roach does have the range. He's missing armor upgrades though for his crossbow or arbalest, and missing attack upgrades for the champion. But he is 15 military ahead, so if they were to take a fight right now, Roach should win the fight. But Red again looks like a micro focus player, using the skirms to target down the arbalest and the arbalest to shoot the champions, which is the right choice here. But now the champions are on top of the army, so all of a sudden it's looking very, very good for Roach again, at least in the middle here. Obviously this is still great for Red that he got control of that, so he has kind of half and half map control, but he also has 5 relics. If Red made siege rams, he'd win. Malay unfortunately don't have access to siege ram. What he could make though is bombard cannon. And I'm not sure if that would be the best choice either here, considering Britain's range. Good thing Roach is doing here is he's targeting down the production facilities. So Reddy is suddenly down to possibly 3 archery ranges very shortly. He's doing elite karambits. That's an interesting choice. I think with Britain's fire rate and the numbers like this, I think karambits are going to be a great addition to the army. Because they just, even though they have low HP, low armor, low everything, they still tank a lot of shots. And they cost half a population. So they are super annoying to deal with. Roach seems to have switched into full arbalest now again. He is still mixing in some champion, preparing skirms as well. So let's look at his resources. It's kind of a little bit... He's running out of gold very fast. He does have a lot of people on gold still though, so... Still definitely a long fight in him, while Reddy has a really good production queue going on. Maybe too many vills actually, and he's still adding more vills. 150 villagers means you can only have 50 military. So it's not ideal most of the time, but then again, karambits, half a population. Damn, the numbers of karambits, they produce so fast as well. These karambits all of a sudden look like they are gonna steamroll this army, and Reddy is just looking like he is ready to take it. Roach can't fall back to the castles now. He's losing all the arbalests there. He will fall back to the castles and he should still be able to stabilize until Reddy gets some siege going. Reddy needs bomber cannons, rams, or trebuchets now to make any more use of this this push he's doing here. Another castle from Roach and more production from Reddy, so looking very, very solid for Reddy right now. Population lead is all of a sudden 60-ish in favor of Reddy. Even just running under the castles. This Roach looked like he was in a decent spot for some time, but Redi was able to survive the initial push, and now I have a hard time again seeing how Roach will come back. Another nice kind of pressure here, just taking him off the stone, and also opening another alley of attack, which Roach will have to think about. Still think he has too many vills. Redi has a little bit of too many vills, 149. Well, if you look at the resource bank, probably 130, 125 would have been enough villagers. But yeah, Rams being added as well now. Rams, as we all know, the bane of Britain's existence. But population still is not too bad. Production queue from Roach is looking a little bit rough though. If you compare the production queues from both players, there's so much more red than blue. But blue is now taking a good fight. Suddenly population is looking very, very close again. He does have the range, obviously. The Rams are now out though, so if Redi can get rid of the champions, then the Arbalest are gonna have a hard time killing all the Rams in time. What should blue do now to turn this around? First of all, he needs to max out. Redi has 161 vills. It's way too much. Feels like Winchester is playing. Doing the bomber tower rush. Is this MBL or what? Roach is actually trading pretty well at the moment. So it's starting to look like a closer game again, but we have to keep in mind as well. Look at the resources of Redi. Redi also has 5 relics. Roach is completely off gold now. 0 people on gold. Redi is doing a bomber tower rush on the left side as well. 0 gold income from Roach here at the moment, so Roach is looking a really hard time now. And once this is pretty much the last gold army he has, and as we see them die, actually they survive, but still. 130 pop now from Roach. Redi still with a massive bank. Just queued up about 50 skirmishers. Rams is still coming in. I feel like Redi could end this game now with adding 3 trebs and just spamming non-stop karambits. Ram coming in there as well, so it should be fine. Bomber Tower is taking out the town center. Fine Nation, thank you for the 26 months. Seducci, thanks for the 4. Yeah, looks really, really solid for Redi here. If Roach makes any sort of comeback here, I'll be very impressed. Very impressed. He's switching now to stables because he's out of the gold, obviously. Britons do have fully upgraded light cav, except for bloodlines. So with the last armor upgrade, they're not too bad, but still, they're not great either. So again, just simply too many villagers from Redi. If you look at this bank now as well, you can see that this is just out of control. There's so many units queued up, and the production queue is also... I mean, there's so many units queued up, and the resource bank is just also massive, so that's a good sign that you should probably get rid of some villagers. Cavaliers instead of champs could have won him the game. That is true. But I don't think his eco was set up for champion or cavalier at the point that he was trying to make the switch. I think Roach was trying to be a little bit too clever. I think if he just stuck with crossbow skirm, he would have had a way better chance. Crossbow skirm, make a forward castle, and make it a fight with range and range units. This is actually super annoying to deal with. Rams will clean it up. Roach they call it. Rams will clean it up, but just having bomber towers in your woodline is just super frustrating. That was a great turnaround from Redi. If you want to analyze this a little bit, I think Redi did a good job making the right units at the right time. And also, something that's really nice to notice from Redi here is the follow-up with production buildings, right? You saw the second Redi started to get initiative. Immediately he dropped 4 or 5 extra ranges, siege workshops, starting expanding with castles, taking more map control. Which is, again, feels to me like Arabia type of player. I'm not sure, Redi, if you can confirm that you are mostly an Arabia player. I could be completely wrong here. But I feel like you are mostly a land map Arabia player, based on what I'm seeing. What I would say for Roach, again, I can't confirm everything you say. Awesome. Okay. So, what I can say here from what I saw from Roach was, he took early initiative and early imp. What he could have done differently now? He made this castle, right? But he had the map control at this point, right? He could have gone with this castle, made it there, and kept reinforcing with crossbow, arbalest, and skirms. The issue he did here was that he transitioned too fast. His economy was not ready to support the transition that fast without sacrificing all his initiative. That makes sense, right? So if he just kept making skirms, arbalest to reinforce the push, and then prepare a transition maybe 5 minutes later when he has added another 15 farms, then I agree with the transition. Maybe not to champion, maybe to light cav instead. But his economy was definitely not ready. Exactly. I feel like Roche had a good chance to win this game. He just tried to transition too fast. But again, well done to Reddit. That means Reddit's up 2-0. And I was told this would be a long set. So my theory, based on being told that, is that we're going to have a victory for Roach, hopefully, as well. Either that or this is going to be a 2-hour game, maybe. What about transition to light cam still champion? Yeah, that's kind of what I mentioned. Spoilers, could be. Could be spoilers, could be not. Maybe it was a debate all along. But either way, I think we are cheering for Roach. We would like to see more games. So Chinese against Goth on Steppe. So Steppe is the next map. Chinese against Goth. Roche went for Chinese, which is a great civ for this map. While Reddy went for Goth. Goth. Yes, there would be 5 files even if there were 3 games. Okay, so that's a very interesting and very weird approach. Okay, first of all, I have to point out, on this map, Steppe, there's lack of resources in general around your base. You don't have too many sheep. Actually, you do have a lot of sheep. But the main thing about this map is that there are a ton of deer spread around in the middle. What both these players did now was run to the wood line or to the edge of the map in order to drop a town center. On this map, you want to drop the TC pretty much as soon as you see your villagers. You want to drop, like if I spawn here, I would easily just drop my town center there on this straggler tree. Because my TC is up 20-30 seconds faster and you are closer to reinforcing and getting to the middle, which is where there's a ton of food. So what both of them did now is like the typical, say, land nomad type of thing, where you find a wood line and then drop a town center there. Where in this case, on this map, it's I would at least highly recommend you to just, if your villagers spawn here, just drop the town center there. On this straggler tree, on this gold, it's fine. No issues, and then just make a lumber camp on the wood line. Because then your TC is closer to the middle, which means you're closer to collecting deer in the middle as well. Very likely that I would win 3-0 with Paladin. Not unlikely, but that's just how it is. So this is Steppe. We're going to fast forward a little bit because the Dark Age is fairly straightforward. Now there is a 2-village lead for Roach. Obviously it's Chinese. You don't start with extra villages anymore, but they appear as soon as you build your town center. So you still get that that villager advantage. Now look how far Reddy has to run now to get to the middle. It's not, again, it's not the biggest thing, but at a high level, it makes a big difference if your town center is there or if it's there when it comes to both defending your villagers in the middle and also collecting resources in the middle. What if you get towed on your woodline? The thing is, his woodline is there. The other guy's woodline is all the way across the map. It's very, very, very unlikely that you are going to be like someone will sneak around and tower your woodline, right? Wouldn't it make sense to mill berries closer to deer? I'm not sure if he has scouted this, that's the thing, right? Let's make ready red. Oh. Okay, there we go. Let's see what he has scouted. Yeah, he didn't see those deer there, so it makes sense that this is a natural mill if you see those deer, right? But the thing is, on this map, you kind of want to have 2 or 3 or 4 mills even in the middle, because you want to get all that food. So Roach is ignoring the middle. Never mind, he is in the middle as well. They're both going to collect some food, and the question now is the approach as the game goes on. Goth is a counter to Chinese in the long run. In Imperial Age, Goth should be way better. But not way better even, that's a lie. Goth should be better. But Chinese definitely will have quite a big lead in the early game. Hello, when is A Olympics? In 2 hours from now. 2 hours from now we have A Olympics. Okay, so Reddy is just walling up here. This is closed as well, so he will be pretty much fully walled at the moment. Very nice and easy wall off actually. Placing a gate as well, so his villagers can come to safety. Both of them on the way to feudal age. Roach with 2 villagers more, doing a barracks as well. So it looks like Roach might want to go for some scouts. He could probably transition this into a fast castle. I'm not sure if that's what he's trying to do here. Second lumber camp looks like feudal age then. Walling off as well, quite safely. Stable. Archery range. He does have 5 on gold, so I guess that makes sense. And Red is doing militia now. Or men-at-arms. With that in mind, the archery ranges are going to be good for sure. They are coming in. Ooh, nice wall from Roach. Noticing that on time. It's going to get out of there. You should probably fight a little bit now before those turn into men-at-arms, actually. He deleted the wall and is still trying to build the range. Ooh, this is so dangerous. Oh, he quick-walled! Well, I mean, you trapped yourself with the... Oh, and now the archer as well! No! Disaster! Oh my god. That's so unlucky. Yeah, this is something that would have done. That's really unlucky. Now losing another villager on the berries. Reddy is looking like he is ready. Again, the opening is just playing out fantastically for Reddy. I thought Roach would have a super smooth transition to Castle Age there, but he opted to go for Feudal Age. Now again, I have to point this out. This is just again something to explain, right? Now Reddy is safe in his base and everything, but if this town center was here, those villagers never die. He's just so much closer to the middle, to everything where he needs to expand, that again, it provides so much safety for even villagers that want to make the archery ranges a little bit more forward, right? Considering where his town center is, probably he should make archery ranges there, right? But he went forward to make it in a natural place considering the longer term of the game. But in this case, again, it just backfired heavily with the early pressure Reddy is putting on here. Suddenly there's a 3 villager difference and villager lead for Reddy as well. What? This archer? No! Thanks to E, man! This would have been quite a tilter actually. I'm not sure how the mental state or mental game of Roach is, but some of these things here, these are very tilty moments. Is he gonna lose another archer? Another archer, yes indeed. He's micro in the back now, so he should be able to save the rest. He has 2 ranges though, archers on the way. Reddy again with the counter. Reddy, which is the skirms. Already farming up a lot, the economy development and everything is looking really good for Reddy. I feel like I may have been debated. This feels like Reddy should have a really clear and good advantage here. So maybe I was full debated. I like your commentary on other games. I learned so much. Thanks, TheViper. You're welcome, Increase Academy. That's kind of the point as well. To make this educational and as well hopefully fun for both Reddy and Roach, that their games are casted in front of thousands of people. So you have to protect your wood with a tower. Not necessarily. So, okay, let me paint the picture here. I have a town center there, right? Between the range and the gold, okay? What can I do? I can easily wall this section off, make sure this is safe. I can wall from here to my town center. I can wall this, and I can wall from there to my town center. So I don't have to tower my wood line. I just make lumber camps and I secure it with my buildings on the front, right? In that case, there is no need to make a tower in my base, and I can just carry on developing naturally with more security and more safety, and even a faster start because I did make the town center faster. So now Roach is trying to put the pressure. He knows he lost villagers. He probably feels like he has to do damage. But as we already pointed out, Ready has the counter ready. He has 4 skirms out already now. He doesn't have the blacksmith yet, so no upgrades. But when the archers are in this low numbers, just these skirms will be more than enough to buy him time to carry on. Roach is housed now as well. Again, one thing as well here to notice, where you can really notice the difference in their current situation, is when you view the farm count. Roach is now building his 5th farm. Let's look at Ready's base. Ready already has about 15, 12 farms ready to go. How do you not make Ready wordplays when you're casting Ready? I missed the start. Will you post on YouTube? I'll probably upload this to YouTube, as I'm sure people could learn from what we're talking about here. So hopefully it would be valuable for people to watch on YouTube as well. Very What? What is this wall? That's so strange. Ready, can you explain this wall? This is such a weird wall to me. I mean, it's just a job, it's just very strange. Yeah, so Archer's now in the back, he wants to break in, but Ready has skirms with full upgrades. More than enough skirms to deal with this, and again, Roach probably feels like he's under pressure. 1 stone, I guess it makes sense, but still. Yeah, Roach feels like he has to do damage, and the issue is if he queued up like 3 skirms and placed them in his range, he could have also made a pins here and attacked from multiple angles. Roach did add a stable as well, so he is mixing in scouts, which is not a bad idea considering he's up against skirms, and indeed it was for the stone. The issue, however, is that he's playing against full walls. Scouts cannot pass walls, they cannot shoot across walls. So with that in mind, the scouts addition could be a good option defensively here, but aggressively I'm not so sure if they will get too much done. Now he's about to break through though. There's been not too big of a reaction from Ready yet. And if he breaks through and he has 3-4 scouts, suddenly... Okay, never mind. Ready is on point. Ready notices quite fast, and he is placed down the house, so there's no more threat anymore. And he's just wiggling down the HP of these scouts. Yeah, it's not too much to do from Roach here. And we have Ready on the way to Castle Age as well. Yes, obviously a nice town center on the gold there, so gold income is not a problem. Question now is the transition. Roach is on the way to Castle Age as well. He did some market shenanigans, bought his way up. He also put villas on stone, so he wants to drop a castle, it looks like. 1 villager moving out on the map as well. So it looks like Ready wants to go for Huskarls, but yeah, very clear that he wants to switch to Huskarls. Roach is now in, and Roach isn't too far behind in Castle Age, and Ready is not going to have too much of a military force. So he needs to have these skirms buy him the time to get that castle up, really. Nice walls here, kind of again just makes sure that there is nowhere Roach can do damage. Scouts are trying to run in, they have armor now, but still it's just 2 scouts with quite low HP. Ready, he's ready to go to Imp! Almost. Missing 60 stone for a castle, so the castle should go up safely. And again, Roach wants to do a castle himself. He wants to make Chukunus probably. Huskarls in mass do very well against Chukunu. So Ready is always ready, it seems. Looks like it, right? Cleaned up the scouts. Great reaction again. Looking really, really solid. The archers are trapped as well. Roach should have probably gotten out there as soon as Ready hit him. But I think Ready was actually cheeky here. He walled off with a house, so there was no way for those archers to get out. They don't have armor upgrade either, so these skirms are just gonna trade fantastically against this. Don't think he lost 1 skirm, that's it. So again, fantastic trade from Ready here. Castle is almost up. There's a castle and double TC from Roach, so Roach is gonna transition out of this. Roach actually has a villager lead. I am a pleb caster. Cancel crossbow, good move indeed. He has those 2 garrisons. He might just keep them garrisoned to kind of debate. Second stable as well, doing bloodlines, so he'll make a mix of knights and Chukunu, it seems like. But I like this, that he's doing the castle and then focusing on eco. Eco is very important now for him to actually catch up. I mean, he actually has a villager lead. So he's actually doing a really good job there. Ready doing a town center as well, making some Huskarls, running around. I'm not sure if there will be too much fighting happening now. I think both of them will play passively, make some economy, and then the Huskarls will run around, see if they can do something, which they probably can't at this point. Actually, it's not looking too bad from Roach. For Roach. Pikeman upgrade from Ready as well. Kind of a little bit blind, but actually he knows about the scouts, he knew about the armor upgrades, he knows there's a stable, so I don't mind the Pikeman addition. It's gonna be even better now that he sees the knights with the upgrades as well. These knights are enough to clean up this whole army for now. Chukunu as well, 5 Chukunus, only with fletching though, and 4 knights. He's taking a really awkward fight here, lost 1 knight already. Skirms should be focused on Chukunu here, which is exactly a Rudy. Ready is reading my mind. But great micro by Roach. Roach is actually microing really well here. He lost 1 Chukunu, he lost 2 knights, but he got out of there, so not the end of the world. Fairly decent trade, and Roach is ahead 9 villagers at the moment. All of a sudden, even though the score... stream sniping. Even though the score is far ahead of Ready... Let me see the scouting actually. Ready has scouted the whole map. That's why his score is looking so far ahead. Actually, if you view the situation right now, Roach is actually one who is ahead. So, given how everything has played out, Roach has done a really good job actually stabilizing here. And just giving himself a good situation to actually play from. Second castle as well, so he's going to be bulletproof. Now, I did mention earlier that I think Goth should be better in post-Imperial Age. But Ready now on 2 town centers only. His eco isn't looking too sharp, and as Goth, you need way more eco. The time where you have an advantage over Goth, over Chinese, if when you hit Imperial Age and you reach that 140 villager, 130, 140 villagers, and you can just spam units non-stop. But right now, it's looking really, really solid for Roach all of a sudden. I like the composition as well, a couple of knights in front of Chukunu. Should trade very well against Halberdier, or not Halberdier, Pikeman, Huskal. Handcart from Ready coming in. There's a 12 village lead from Roach, but Roach did have a village lead in the previous game as well. And Ready was able to make a comeback there. So now we're in the passive mode where both of them are just kind of transitioning towards Imperial Age. Roach is ready to click pretty much, while Ready is not ready at all. Yeah, it looks really solid from Roach all of a sudden. I was actually pretty sure earlier that I was debated and that Roach was kind of dead. But he's doing a really good job. He's doing now the champion upgrade again. This time he has over 30 farmers, so the champion switch is more justified. You should probably still get some more farms out there. University, more barracks. So he wants to play Chukano champion, which should be a fantastic composition against Ready. And Ready is making a lot of pikemen here. Kind of blind, right? He has 20 pikemen, where the vision is nothing. He knows there's 2 stables, so he might be expecting more knight production, but in fact, Roach only has 8 knights, and he's not planning to make more. So these pikemen are kind of hard counter now by the approach that Roach is going for. Is your German good enough to try and pronounce Roechelrochen correctly? I don't know. Roechelrochen. Roechelrochen. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Cavalier Chukunu dies exactly to the comp Ready is making. Cavalier Chukunu dies exactly. Cavalier Chukunu would not do a fantastic against what Ready is making, but Ready is still castle age. He hasn't clicked up yet, while Roach just hit Imp. Ready just queued up Imp. So he's now far from Imp, while Roach is ready to go. He's also very housed. He needs to sort that out. But yeah, Trebuchet has long swords obviously, probably 200 swordsmen on the way. Really helps to be Chinese as well here, where you can make upgrades cheaper. Box formation. Very interesting decision. Don't see that one very often. Population is still in favor of Ready. Ready has now caught up and passed him in village account, so he is transitioning towards a very healthy village account for a Goth post-Imperial Age. I would like to see the village count. 48 farmers, that's a very good start. He has really good resources looking to hit Imperial Age. Probably would like to hit maybe 65, 70 farmers. in order to like be fully set up for the non-stop spam. But the pressure is imminent, so there's definitely gonna be a lot of pressure here for Roach. He's also trebbing up on the castle, but the thing is, if Redi cannot take this treb out, the next targets will be barracks, 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 and that's suddenly half of the production of Redi. 200 swordsman champions on the way, last armor upgrade. Roach is all of a sudden looking really, really solid. Redi is buying time though, repairing the castle. He's doing elite Huskarl immediately. And also should try to get perfusion in there before the castle goes down, as he is. Good decision there. Doing the right things in the right order. Eco is still fairly safe. Oh, I really like this. He should probably actually have dropped a town center of his own there and just taken the stone. But I mean, this works as well. Another castle there, securing resources from Roach. Very, very solid. The problem for Redi here as well is that there's gold on the front here. There's stone, stone, and gold. So if he loses control over the front, he loses control of all the resources as well. By the way, I think it's my internet, but anyone else has some cracking in the sound. Is there cracking in the sound, guys? I could try and re-plug my microphone if it's crackling. No? No? Okay. I'm afraid it's just you. There's a second trap. The castle is down. He might even get conscription in though. If he gets that, that's really good for him. Ooh, this is actually really close. 97, 99. Okay, he got conscription. Man, what a timing, just as the castle goes down. So let's see. Let's count up here. Where are we? 66 to 69. Nice. Military. Still 8 knights, which are quite useless. There's Chukunu with very lack of upgrades. Not elite, not chemistry, not rocketry. So he's missing all the armor upgrades as well. I would say that he doesn't have thumb ring as well. The champions, how many are there? There's 22 champions with only full armor upgrades. Forging is on the way though. So even though this army looks solid, there's still a big lack of certain upgrades that could be dangerous. Let's look at Redi. Just missing blast furnace, and then he has fully upgraded infantry. And the thing is, he has perfusion, conscription, and the fight is about to take place with 8 barracks in range. If I was Redi, which I'm not, I would patrol the pikemen in, patrol the Huskarl in, put all these barracks, gathering point there, and spam. I think that's a way to actually steamroll this fight. This is like the moment he has to actually fight when the Chukunu is not elite and the champion don't have the best upgrades, right? Okay, okay. Okay, try to sneak the Huskarls around. He's now fighting the champion. Looks like he's still taking a decent-ish fight. Chukunu got into a decent spot, but the champions are still more. There's still so many champions left, so in the end, he might lose the Trebs as well, but he will clean up the whole army. And Redi isn't too ready by the looks of it. He's now again making barracks. He did take out the Trebs though, so he should be fine in that regard. He's now making barracks and switching to champion. I think Redi, I think you actually would have won the game right now. And we've already looked to the right. It's just a bunch of houses blocking the stone. I think you would have won this fight if the first thing you did was patrol the pikemen in, put them on spread formation, patrol them in, have them take some of the fire, take some attention from the champions, then spread the Huskarls on wide spread, and then patrol them in as well. And then started reinforcing with more Huskarls. If you did that, I think you win this game in this very moment. What Redi tried to do was circumvent the army to go straight on the Chukunu, which kind of just gave him a worse surface area and gave Roach a better fight. So I think this was Roach did a good job in terms of how he managed his army there. Also moving the Chukunu in between the Trebs and the stone to get less surface area. What do you mean when you patrol them in? On Age of Empires, you have 2 commands. One is attack move, the other one is patrol. They kind of do the same thing. That's kind of just like what you do. So yeah, like I said, in this situation, what you also did here, what Reddy also did here was switch into champions or Tourney swordsmen and whatnot at the same time, which means he didn't reinforce the army. If he just patrolled everything in, like I said, and then reinforced, I think he steamrolls this fight, and then he has control of the game. Now, Roach does have control over all these golds in the front here. They're untouchable. There's actually a hole there, but he's stonewalled. And now he's going to start applying pressure on the gold income of Reddy, and that's a big problem. Shugunar is still missing quite a lot of upgrades as well. Doesn't patrol make them go back and forth. When there are units in the area and you patrol, they will always fight. What does Red do now? Red does what he should do. I'm not sure why he upgraded Halberdier. I think sell the wood, sell 2000 wood, and just spam champion Huskarls for the time being. Get another castle up, get trebuchets up. Because Roach has to transition to Elite Chukunu, he has to get the last upgrades for that, and he needs to mix in more champ. And Roach needs time to accomplish his army. Now, Reddit did clean up everything, so he has safe income of everything again, and populations are very, very similar. But at the moment, Roach is building towards a better composition in the long run. Again, really good fight from Roach there. If Roach gets fully upgraded Chukunu with champions in front, that's an army that is really hard to actually kill. Um, 137 wills for Reddy, that's healthy. Still think Reddy is missing, he's a little bit too many on gold now. Like when Goth, one of the most important things you can do as Goth is to monitor your farm count. You always want to be able to hit that 50, 60 farm, like villagers on farm, 50, 60, maybe even up to 70 in certain scenarios. Because even if you get a surplus of food, you sell that food to get gold to make even more champions, make even more Huskarls. Roach is now fully maxed out while Reddy is struggling. And what is Reddy struggling with? It's the food income. It's not able to get those numbers up. And again, Reddy is making production buildings in the range of where Roach is pressuring. There's a castle as well from Roach, so this pressure is now... This is a lot of pressure coming in now, inbound. Great fight as well from Roach. The Chukunu are safe behind. Champions are in front, tanking. Chukunus are coming in now though, but the castle should still go up. And even the Chukunu now, they have rocketry, they have chemistry. So they are now trading, doing really good damage as well to the Huskarls. No ballistics. Thumbring and ballistics on the way. Elite Chukunu on the way. Roach is looking in prime position to take this game. Now these barracks being here is fantastic when this is happening. But making new barracks in the same area when the pressure is there and you are losing the fight is kind of a waste of resource at this point. Champions as well, raiding now, so Roach is making a really good... This was actually a really good comeback. I like what Red is doing here, spreading out, but again, Roach is bulletproof, castles everywhere, and just non-stop pressure now. Red is down to 115 population, and it looks like he's ready to call it for once. This was really well done by Mike Issue, anyone? That's the second one reporting Mike Issue. Castle in the back, so Reddy doesn't look like he's ready to give in yet. But it's looking really rough for him. Dropping down below 100 population. Okay. And yeah, again, Roach just hit that magical composition right now. With the champions, with the Elite Chukunu, with full upgrades pretty much. It's adding Siege Ram as well now. And Reddy is now below 100 population. 93 pop, 83. So much gold in the bank still though, right? But he wasn't able to use it for anything. Queuing up Huskarls now in a desperate attempt. Another castle from Roach. So Roach is really piling on the pressure. Looks like Reddy is kind of having like a last ditch effort of kind of counter raiding. But yeah, 2 castles, stone walls. I think he's even doing a wall here. He sees it coming and instantly walling behind. Great move by Roach. If he walls off this one as well, should automatically go there. Yeah, indeed. And now the Huskarls are just stuck between champions, between 2 castles, and that was probably the last effort from Reddy. He tried, it didn't work, and now Roach is just steamrolling. Siege Ram is now in as well. Red is trying to do chemistry. I guess it's for skirms or bomber cannons. Still trying. I like the fighting spirit though. Still massing units, trying to buy time, killing the rams, making new town centers. But yeah, it's still at some point it's just like, how, right? How do you come back from this? Trebuchet is moving up. That's kind of the final killing blow. With another castle. Roach is doing a really good castle push here as well. Full map control now as well. And look at Reddy, he's trying to reboom. But Reddy should realize as well soon that he's not going to have gold income. And it's just... there's no coming back from this. Trying to snipe the Trebs, which he probably will do. But at what cost, right? He just lost a lot of units. Reddy is down to 90 population, 85, 84 and dropping. And the pressure is just non-stop now from Roach. This was a really good comeback from Roach. I was sure he was actually dead and out in the early game. So coming back from that was really good. I think Reddy might have been better off if he just went for a boom with a defensive castle instead of the castle and one extra town center. But now Roach did Roach's transition to castle was perfect. 2 TCs, castle, focus on economy, take it from there. That was really perfect. While Reddy went a little bit, he did pikemen, 1 town center, 1 castle. It was kind of a little bit of in-betweener, right? Where probably Reddy also viewed the score and thought he was further ahead than he was. Could be an option. But either way, really well done by Roach to come back here. It was really... the opening was really rough. I think a lot of people would have just tilted and maybe resigned even faster when everything happened like that. But really well done to stay calm, you know. I don't know if he was calm or not, but to come back here, it's well done. So that brings us to Reddy's home map, I think. Apparently they chose their home maps before, and they could choose each other's home maps as well. So I don't know if the home maps were chosen in order as... so like these 2 maps we just watched was Roach's home maps. I don't know that. But either way, Reddy is now the one to choose the map. So we'll see what it is. Yeah, like I think there was a 3 villager lead from Goth and everything. It was really well done by Roach to come back there. What are we seeing here? We have Serengeti with Mongols and Incas. Guys, I'm gonna go grab some more water because my throat is kind of dying from talking. I want to grab some water, which should be just 15 seconds. I'll be right back. Yeah, the thing we're watching right now is there was a Discord. This was a tournament on my Discord. Actually, many tournaments, many different divisions, and from the top 2 divisions, I agreed to cast the finals of both of them. This is the 2nd division final, and tomorrow, if I have time, I will do the other final. I might have to do that on the weekend if there's too much going on tomorrow, but we're gonna aim for tomorrow for that one as well. Space0304, thank you for the 8 months. #1 pro caster here. Thanks, man. Red Snow 9, thank you for the Prime. And Booyaka TV, thank you for the 3 months. Do you think pro players will switch to DE from HD edition? Are there any pros left on HD? Was there ever a pro on HD? Sorry if that's rude or anything, but was there? Tato can't count Tato as an HD player. All right, so what do we have? We have Roach. Let me make Ready red again. Okay, we have Roach playing as Mongols here. Serengeti. So Serengeti is a map where there's a lot of hunt, which makes Mongols a very good pick. There's ostrich, there's zebra, there's elephantos. Is there a rhino as well? I don't see a rhino. But either way, there's a lot of hunters, so Mongols are fantastic on this map. It's also very open, and woodlines tend to be awkward with holes in them, which makes it quite difficult to wall and also makes the wood not as efficient. Oh, a Doubtler! Crypto compare, think over the 3 months. While Redi went for Incas. Do you guys know what Incas tend to do on this map? They tend to go to feudal age, make a lot of upgrades for their villagers, and make towers and fight. We're gonna have to see, again, with our expectation of Redi being an Arabia player, maybe that's what he wants to do here as well. Because Mongols should be the better civ in theory, but Incas are always scary when they try to do their Inca villager rush shit. So yeah, Roach is doing a good job learning the zebra here, making the best out of it, getting in those resources. He still hasn't found. This is also super risky though and super greedy, right? Look how much he has scouted. He knows that these sheep are there though, to be fair, so that's good for him. I guess that's why he can also justify not picking them up yet. But of course there's still the chance that Redi would run around and actually find those sheep at some point. But Roach is doing a good job for now, just developing and focusing on economy, which I think is the right decision as well, considering he is against Incas, because he could be facing an Inca villager rush. In which case you really would like to have a strong economy. Do you think you will go to hell for bullying Doubt? Yes. So let's see if Roach also wants to do the ostriches. Looks like it, because he's still sticking around. Looks like not, which I think is the right decision. I would also would like to go and scout the Inca player to find out if they are gonna villager rush me or not. Barracks going up, so it looks like a stable opening from him. 9. No. 4 villagers on gold. Is he going 17 pop archers? Redi is going 19 pop feudal age. I think Redi is going for the villager rush. If Redi is going for the villager rush, I think this is fantastic by Roach. Archers with fletching is probably the best way to counter the Inca villager rush. I play AOC, what's the point? The comments are just negative. Whether you have your opinion or not, it's just negatively loaded comments. So what's the point? Just what we're saying here. So there's a barracks coming up. Doesn't look like villager rush actually from Redi. Redi went 8, 9? What? This is so weird in many ways. So 17 pop archery range for Roach, which is insanely fast. And we have Redi with the 19 pop barracks. Into what? Sneak villager in the back archery range. If Roach finds this somehow, Roach is probably like thinking, seeing the uptime and be like, okay, where are the villagers, right? But they're not coming. What I would have liked to see from Roach though is that this building was a blacksmith. I think when you have such low numbers of archers that you will have, then I think you should focus on getting like 4 archers with fletching is better than 7 archers without fletching. If that makes sense. The scout did catch the eagle, good microwave, both of them microing on the hill. Roach will win that fight. Also the numbers now will be so much bigger from Roach. And Roach is... Oh, he might actually scout this now. He's gonna find this. That was actually Redi. Second range coming up. Roach has seen this now. Disaster for Redi. Redi actually let Roach scout it by running his eagle here. If he just let his eagle die there, it's very likely that Roach just sends his scout straight up towards the enemy. But since he lured the scout all the way to the bottom here, the scout actually ran past this on the way back. So a little bit unlucky from Redi, but again, now Roach suddenly has the perfect counter to deal with this. He has 2 ranges already, multiple archers out, he was up faster, and he has the same units as Redi does now. So this is just a perfect scenario from Roach. Reagan, thanks for 200 bits. Nice to catch you live again. Did you enjoy Fall Guys? Also, I'm celebrating with a new job. I'm celebrating a new job with a nice raise. Cheers. Reagan, cheers for that. Congrats on your new job. And yeah, Fall Guys is fun, for sure. Really nice micro by Roach here as well. Picking up the archer, picking up the villager. And Roach is just looking in such a dominating position right now. He is housed though. Roach seems to have an issue with being housed. I don't think any of the games he hasn't been housed, like, harsh at some time. So let me see now. Now we're in the point where Redi should feel a little bit more ready to micro, because he has seemed like the more micro-intensive player. And that is showing again, but again, the fletching upgrade is in. Redi does not have blacksmith yet, so there's no sign of fletching for him. So again, Roach is just looking in a fantastic spot here. I would even argue for Roach to just counterattack now. Send these 6 archers to his base while sending reinforcements here. It's obviously scary to leave 2 archer ranges like this behind in your base, but I think at this point it would have been justified for him to actually just counterattack. 1 eagle in the base, sort of a waste. Might actually get the villager there, so well done already there. Again, releasing the archers, 1 archer fell straight to the death, and Roach is just in the perfect spot, as we have pointed out now a couple of times. Viper, do you learn anything from casting watching these noob games? They're better than me. I don't learn anything, no. Great mic from Roach again now. Roach is showing that he can also keep up on the micro aspect. There are lower numbers from Redi, obviously, and Redi is on the hill. Showing some great micro here now on the hill with the 3 archers, but now it slipped a little bit and suddenly the numbers are so much in favor. Actually, looking at the numbers right now, it's only 9 to 6. So Redi has definitely done a good job. There's archers now, 2 eagles. The archer numbers are massively in favor of Roach though. And again, these 4 archers should also die. Yeah, you can tell that Roach is not the fastest micro type of player. He seems to be more of a macro decision oriented type of player. Both from his home map picks, like which were arena and steppe, and the way he's playing now. But again, the ranges are almost walled, which kind of nullifies eagle and archer dead to the town center. Once these ranges are walled, 2 archer ranges of Redi is nullified and useless pretty much. Keeps sending in eagles with armor upgrades 1 by 1. If there were like 3 coming at a time with archers and skirms, then that's probably pretty solid, but 1 by 1 trickling in like that probably is not the best way to do it as well. Losing the archer and the skirm, and now you see the archers are trapped. If he makes more archers, they will just be stuck inside the archery range. I really like the move Roach is doing here as well. His eco isn't the greatest at the moment because of the whole how thin the economy is when you and how much it's stretched when you go up so fast. But he's adding stable and adding scouts, and Redi is most likely only making eagles now, right? So if there's suddenly 3 scouts to help tank for the archers, then the eagles are in so much trouble. Good thing from Redi is that he does have an extra armor upgrade now on the villagers because of Incas. But still, off the berries, food eco is looking very shabby. And he's just kind of barely getting by at the moment. And if you look at the villager count though, Redi has 1 villager ahead. Military count though is more than double for Roach. He has shown the scouts now, so Roach is aware. Redi is aware of the scouts. Scouts probably don't want to fight the villagers because the villagers have armor, right? Nice jumping out there from Redi, picking up the stray archers coming in to reinforce. Scouts are coming back though. Again, not the greatest fight from Roach here. I think Redi should be happy with how this is trading out. These archers can definitely be pulled to go around or support this. A 3rd barracks now. What? There has to be a tower coming up. The tower is way too late. This tower could have been here earlier. Yeah, this is looking really tough now for Redi. It was already looking tough, but that tower really should have been up a little bit earlier. And again, Inca villagers with the armor upgrades will definitely help him not lose too many, but man, that's such a nice spot for the archers to sit in. 2, 3, 4 villages down, 5. He did clean up most of the eagles as well. 6-7 villagers down. The eagles are never going to be able to kill this. This is looking fantastic from Roach. Very, very good positioning by the archers there. How does Redi react to this? I mean, there's 5 farms idle. He's taken off wood. He's taken off gold. This is so much damage from Roach here. Redi actually opened the wall here, so he could in theory start sending archers out, but yeah, I don't think he will. Economy development at home going pretty okay for Roach at the same time. Reinforcements coming in. This is like where Roach has to be careful that he doesn't trickle in the units like this. He should probably have a gather point there and only send units forward when there's like this, where he has like 2 scouts and 5-6 archers. Really good move again. He's putting 1 archer behind the wood line. He knows that the wood lines from Redi are super exposed. These archers might even take out the tower. But yeah, this move here is great. The archers are coming in. There's even a hole there, so these can just trickle on straight through. The eagles will go down, and the pressure is just non-stop from Roach right now. Redi again. Redi is more concerned with switching his villagers to safer areas than he is doing anything else really. There is a lot of eagles queued up, but eagle production in feudal age is very, very slow. Gotta be careful now. He does have bloodlines, he does have armor, so the scouts certainly do a good job, and the archers now coming in a really good spot again. We know the villagers do have good upgrades, but still, military is military, and villagers are villagers for a reason. And the tower is now down, the archers in, and this is just looking over. Solid micro from Roach as well here, hit and running here, kiting very nicely. There's a 11 villager difference right now, 12 villager difference even. 13, 14. Roach is being what's it called? Ruthless right now. Also keeps making scouts as well. He doesn't want this game to drag on. He wants to kill and finish the game right now. I think that if Redi had the tower ready early enough, I think he would have avoided a lot of trouble. But I still think, either way, I don't think he would have had a chance to win this game, because Roach just put himself in such a great position. It was both the build, a little bit of luck to find the archery ranges, but still, to actually make the right calls and treat the archery ranges with the respect they deserved, and then counterattack in this manner. Adding the scouts was a great decision. They have served and helped a lot. Bad map from Redi? It's not a bad map. He has gold in the back, wood in the back, stone in the back. It's a solid map. But obviously he went for an interesting strategy with the sneaky ranges. And unfortunately for him, Roach found them. And from that point forward, it was really rough. Roach, again, when you play this type of pressure, you can... Again, you just keep making units, pressure, pressure, pressure. And then at some point, you just stop production from your stables. And 1 minute later, you can click Cast Age. As you can see. He's on the way to Cast Age, adding another range. So 3 range, 2 stable. Might be... I'm still making archers. I thought he might switch to cav archers, but it will be crossbow and knights most likely. Now the counterattack from Redi is on the way, but I still think he has enough archers to actually hold this. And when he hits Cast Age as well, just get that 1 or 2 knights out on the map. Get the crossbow upgrade. And then there's not too much Redi can do from that. I really love what Roach did here as well. He added 2 scouts just to help, even though he's on the way to Cast Age and he can make knights soon. He added 2 scouts just to help deal better with those eagles. If he is really on top of things now, he cancels these 2 scouts as well, because he doesn't really need them, right? The 2 scouts he made earlier did the trick. He is making 2 more though. It's not a bad thing. He still has plenty of food, and now hits Cast Age as Redi is sitting on 29 villagers. And Roach is doing crossbow. It's getting Baldkin arrow. No knight production though, so 3 range crossbow seems to be the way. I'm not sure what's going on here. Ah, there's 2 archers in the back. Nice sneaky move from Redi there. Being a little bit active at least with those few archers he managed to sneak out here. He deleted our range as well to make sure those archers could move out of the foundation. But now, Redi is the question. How do you deal with the counterattack coming? He's not too far away from clicking to Cast Age, so I think Redi's only way to win now is if he goes to Cast Age and gets full Eagle Snowball happening. There's a 14 villager difference. Redi has idle TC. Okay, doesn't have idle TC, my bad. Now on the way to Castle Age. 14 villages behind. While Roach still playing one town center, which I guess is the right decision. I would have loved to see some knights mixed in though. For now it's only crossbows, and Ready now rushing to the mining camp on the stone because he realizes he needs towers to defend this. And if this pressure comes in... Roach is giving him a lot of time here though. These could have moved in a long time ago, and that would have made sure he couldn't get the tower up. But now he might be able to get the tower up. Eagles picked off one crossbow, good move, but there we have two knights, which should trade really well against the Eagles. So much idle economy here now as well. He is off the stone too now. He could drop a tower if he wanted to, but again, half of his economy is sitting in the town center right now. He sent them over to this stone as well. He cannot even afford a mining camp here. His equals is just in such shambles as Roach ran under the town center as well. Yeah, picking up more and more vills. You cannot trap them. Even this army, he should be able to kill the Eagles. +2 armor he can afford, but he cannot afford Eagle Warrior. They will stay Eagle Scouts. As again, half his economy is running around trying to figure out anywhere he can actually take resources or do something. In the meantime, Roach is added a second town center, and it's looking very, very solid. Now Roach is falling back here a little bit. I guess he's a little bit worried and thinking about the fact that these Eagles can get fully upgraded, and then he's worried about a snowball, so he's just playing it safe right now. +2 armor on the knights as well from Roach. So Roach has... I mean, he could just actually run in and kill everything now with the knights. So he's choosing to play it safe, which you can respect. More crossbows on the way. Really nice to sit in between the forests here as well. No chance the Eagles will get in there and kill them. He is moving out now though, so he's being a little bit adventurous. Picked off one more vill, 2 more vills. And now microing against Eagles. Great micro so far. He could sit in that little pocket there, which he is doing. And now he's going to get another great trade against the Eagles. He did get Eagle Warrior with +2 armor, but still, it's just not enough here from Ready. For Ready. As the crossbows again are in on the gold. He's even gonna... probably gonna win this fight actually. Yeah. Only one crossbow left, but here comes the second wave. Yeah, I've been coughing a lot. I'm coughing because my throat is really dry. I'm not ill, don't worry, I don't have that thing. It's just... I'm talking non-stop, so I'm getting dry throat and all that stuff. Yeah, such a good army here from Roach now. And this is everything Ready has. Ready has so little gold income as well. Production is really not there. Doing Bodkin now, which is a good decision actually, because you need more damage output from your town center, for example. Oh, we opened the gate as well. Villager does have +2 armor, so they're actually not too bad. But still, just running around the town center. I think Ready realizes the game is over at this point. Roach as well. Roach now spreading out nice as well into the rest of the economy, and I think we're gonna be ready to say the magic words. We're gonna see the magic words from Ready very shortly. And Roach brings it to a 2-2. So this becomes all of a sudden a very, very interesting game. Match rather. Going to the 5th game here. That was, again, a little bit lucky obviously to find the ranges, but still, perfect reaction afterwards, great counter pressure, great transition. Adding the scouts were a really good decision as well. So, really good work from Roach there. Ready could maybe have made a tower a little bit earlier, so he was more ready for the attack. But, yeah, obviously, with the unfortunate circumstances with the sneak, there's not too much he could do from that point forward. So, that means we are going into a game 5, which is on Golden Swamp, a Japanese war. I'm surprised Roach didn't, Ready didn't go for Vikings here, because he had Vikings free. Actually, really cool that we had so many non-mirrors, considering that it was hidden pick, no repeat. Only mirror we're getting is in the last game, and that's a Japanese war. I'm gonna get a little bit more water, guys. So, I apologize. Just give me a quick second here. Mr. Incredible 100, thank you for the 4 months. Great stream as always, Viper. Thanks for this great entertainment. Looking forward for more tournament games of you. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Crookemayer, thanks for the prime. Philip 943831. Thank you for the 31 long months. I'll be with you guys in a sec. And I'm back. When I say sec, I mean sec. This is why I can't cast. At least not casting like this where I have to talk non-stop. I just die after the second game. Right, let's go into game 5. It's a Golden Swamp. It's a very tough map to play. Very hard for people that are inexperienced on it as well. So, Redi was looking really solid in game 1, game 2. Kind of very convincing 2-0. And then game 3, it looked really solid for him as well. Looked like it was about to be a 3-0. But Roach has put up a hell of a fight. And now bringing it to the ace game. And this is what you want to see, right? You want to see finals go to the last game. So let's see what they have in store for us here. It's a Japanese war, as we said. All the resources in the same area for Mr. Roach. Let me just make Roach blue again. There we go. While we have Redi with some more spready. And I must say I like Redi's map more. Woodlands in the back, gold in the back, gold stone, kind of safe. Very nice deer as well to lure. While Roach is more map like, if he loses control in this area, suddenly he has no control of all the gold and all the stone. Day of Hun, you put friend and foe colors, which the hotkey is Alt plus G to accomplish. Now Golden Swamp as well as you have some water mixed in. There are some fishing opportunities, but the fish is not fantastic. And then of course in the middle you have this big bunch of gold. Cavalorn, thank you for the 16 months with the prime. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. 4 on wood for both players. There's a villager there. It looks like Redi is ready for a dock. Looks like a Roach is getting ready for a dock as well. But Redi looks like it has a slightly better and more smooth build at the moment. Where the dock is... Oh, the timing! No! Quick wall! Quick wall! Ah, nice! Redi, guys, Redi has been watching my stream. You can tell. Okay, that was nice. Nice from Redi, very nice indeed. So the dock is up. Roach is getting the dock up not too much later because of that, but yeah, so very close game at the moment. One more villager from Redi here. I guess Roach did not do loom, so Roach must have had some... Oh, Redi losing the scout. That's a massive mistake. Redi now does not have any scouting intel coming his way, no matter what. Roach again being housed. Roach has as big of a problem with being housed as I do. Now, luckily he didn't have loom, so he could just queue up loom instead while he was housed, so it's not the end of the world. But still, 2 fishing ship out from Redi. Redi does have way better fish though than Roach. Redi will have access to at least 2, maybe even 3 fish. While Roach kind of... This is kind of the only fish he has. He can obviously go for that one, but yeah, really far. So he probably shouldn't overcommit on the fish here. Already walling up here from Redi. 5 on wood now, 5 on wood for Roach as well. They look like 2 very evenly matched players. Now the question is just their follow-up strategy. Feudal Age from Roach is on the way, Feudal Age from Redi as well. Redi has 3 more villagers, that's of course including fishing ship. So 1 more fishing ship and 1 more villager. So it's about the same. Redi has slightly more. Second villager going forward, looks like a second dock. So... yeah, second dock. So it looks like water will be focused on here. Well, there's a barracks coming up from Roach. So Roach is kind of giving up the water here. Could be based on the fact that what he sees is that there's no fish at all. So he may be thinking like, this is not worth fighting for. So he's doing an archery range. The issue with this archery range right now is he is giving up water, sort of, right? He is making a fire ship. He will have some presence there, but that is more to try and deal with the fish already, right? He sees a second dock as well. The issue with this archery range is that if he loses water, the archery range can be hit from the water as well. That's kind of where you have to find the balance now. Now obviously Roach has a scout, so he has all the intel as well to figure out what is what and where is what. Red is nicely securing his base. I really like the walls Red is doing here. It looks like he's gonna wall here. Oh, he's gonna wall. He's gonna wall in the scout. Oh, masterpiece! Reddy is a masterpiece, you guys. We have confirmed that. Reddy is a masterpiece, no question about it. I like the walls already a lot. Really kind of ideal way of securing your base, I would say. Fireship as well, ready. Triple dock. That's maybe a little bit of an overinvestment, but then again, if he's fully walled at home, the archers from Roach shouldn't be able to get in and do much either, and then he can sort of control the game from the water if he mixes in galleys instead of fire galleys. So if he now started making, I think at this point when you realize what's going on, you start making galleys instead of fire galleys because you will have more range, right? There's a barracks, so he will also switch into some land units himself. Poor scout. Eco development, a lot of villages in gold. She probably would have moved 5 of them on and start taking the berries here. Very nice. He did pull them off to wood, which is fine as well. As we have the first couple of archers sneaking out from Roach here. Roach also securing his base with some nice walls. I think both of them are very clever in the way they're walling their bases. I like this as well, the way he's doing this. Archers, okay, actually there were already 2 archers out. There's a galley now as well from Ready, so good decision again, as there are a 5th archer coming. Range from Ready, blacksmith, so probably a skirmisher defense is on the way. No, actually archers. I would be expecting maybe like 1 or 2 skirms here at first. The Roach is actually not shooting the wall. Roach is not shooting the wall anymore, so there's no pressure coming out anymore. Roach has been secretly making bunch of fire ships. Now Reddy still has more fire ships than Roach, so he shouldn't be in problems. I'm not sure how I feel about this 1 dock fire ship production from Roach. Not sure if I think that's a good idea or not. Again, these archers are still not shooting the walls. This is giving so much time to Reddy. Nice micro here, pulling the low HP fire. Let's see if it does it again. Doesn't have to, but still, yeah, water has been won again. So I think Roach at this point should just be like, just leave the water, let it be. Doing a second sneaky dock. So Roach has decided that he's not gonna surrender water as he loses 2 more archers to the water units. Now trying to break through, but there are now suddenly enough archers in defense and Ready. Obviously has the defender's advantage as well. As Roach is shooting the wall, he's losing his archers to the archers already. Oh, he lost 2 archers. That's so painful. This was kind of the only place where Roach had initiative. That's really painful. He's trying to sort of make a comeback on water now, but yeah, at this point it's looking really, really good for Ready once more. Market coming up from Roach as well, so he might be trying to use that market a little bit to get a faster castlage time. So I don't think there's going to be too much happening now. Obviously the sneak village is still around, there's archers out on the map. But now the issue is that Reddy has full map control with the water, which means he can also now start to use his own archers to move his own archers into counterattacking, which is because there's a hole here. I think the water units took out the house there, now the archers just running straight in. Roach does see it, let's see if he can make some quick walls. Doesn't look like it, this is going to be so much damage from Reddy here. Great micro as we have always seen with the archers. 1 villager down, I think that villager was carrying resources as well. Another villager down, this is just full shambles now from Roach. He does have 2 archers ready to go, but he needs more. He's mixing some skirms as well now to help. But still 6 archers running around, let's see what he can see. Picking up 1 archer, picking up 2 archers in the town center though, but still all archers alive. I'm not sure if he noticed that these 5 villas ran down there. That would have been another 5 kills. Just keep streaming in archers as well here to deny the golden stone. This is looking like Reddy is ready to wrap up the series. Roach is now reacting again with full skirms. This is suddenly reminding me a lot of the first Arabia game we saw, where Reddy was just running around with his archers being active non-stop. There's some action happening here as well, where the actually fires of Roach are doing a really good job picking off archers. Well done to Roach. But now the archers are kind of getting lured into the villagers. But then again, we have skirms with armor and fletching. Should be able to deal with this. Definitely way better crisis management this game from Roach than it was in the Arabia game. Also plugged the hole again. So all in all, Roach did a really good job. Considering the circumstances, very well done by Roach to not lose more than he did. And Ready is ready though, if you look at the food account, to go to Castle Age, while Roach is doing wheelbarrow, and also again he had to make a lot of skirms. So the uptime from Roach is gonna be way slower than Ready's uptime here. And that is because of all the pressure, right? Ready has now transitioned. He has queued up Fire God. This should probably be cancelled and then go to Castle Age, right? I think a big mistake Ready has done here as well is that he has moved so many vills off of wood. He only has 5 vills in wood now, and look at his food eco. It's going out of control, while his wood eco is almost non-existent. He can go to Castle Age now, so I expect to see that any second. What? He queued up more vills? Okay, there we go. Good job, Ready. He noticed. Good job. Trapped his own boat. Indeed, he released it now. Still has some archers running around being cheeky, but I don't think they can do too much here now. Roche is now switching this into, okay, his way of coming back into this is trying to win water. But again, Ready catching his skirms out in the middle of the map. We'll get 1 or 2 kills here for free. Even more, maybe. Archers from Ready again running into the fires. Nice micro again from Ready here, just being active with the archers all the time. Ready? Ooh, what? Oh, he got through with 3 archers. And Ready already doesn't have any wood income. Look at the wood, he has 4 wood. He's actually just had enough wood to make 1 skirmisher, although this archer might be enough to begin with. Looks like Ready wants to go for a castle drop even. Nice micro again here by Ready. You can appreciate Ready looks like a really good micro player for sure. But yeah, Ready needs to try and fix his economy and make that wood income happen. As Roche is on the way to Castle Age, and I thought earlier that Roche was just dead and out, but Roche has done a good job crawling his way back once again, forcing some mistakes and reacting well to the pressure. There comes the forward vills though. This should be a castle probably right there. Exactly. And that's on the top of the docks, both docks of Roach, and also it's going to give him so much map control and also control of the gold in the middle. Let's look at the economy. He's sending more vills! There's 1 villager on wood! Wait, where is the other wood income? It says 4. Am I blind? I only see 1. Okay, now Ready has finally made the switch back to wood. Now he has 28 on wood. It's like all extremes. Cannot have a steady eco. It has to be everything or nothing. No, but it's still the final game, right? The pressure is on. I'm sure they both were very excited to play this. The castle go. Oh, if the demo went for the vills, that would have been sick. But he already made some nice walls. So this castle is great position here. And also some sneaky vills on the left side. I'm not sure what the purpose of those is. It's quite a strange move. As we is he gonna go imp? Is Ready? He is throwing out the ultimate masterpiece, guys. Ready in the final game, in the best of 5, in the final game, he's throwing out the masterpiece with the fast imp. He clicked imp as Roach got to Castle Age. Roach probably now viewing the score, thinking that, oh, this is close, I can still do this, let's go. He doesn't know that Ready has a castle on his face and is heading towards the Imperial Age. That is the ultimate alpha play. And can respect the masterpiece. Okay, now switching his eco a little bit again. At least he's keeping some vills on wood, so that's very nice to see. He obviously has all the vills that made the castle in the middle and taking gold. So his eco, nope. Okay, he's moving close to wood. I thought he was pulling more, so I only saw 4 there. But yeah, he's just pulling more vills to make a lumber camp there. Roche on the other hand thinks, okay, I need to catch up. How do I catch up? Adding town centers. making elite skirms, trying to just like make things happen. But soon, Roach will be Ready will be Imperial Age, and Ready is gonna get Trebs out. Village count, Roach is ahead. Roach has more presence on the map now when it comes to military. So all in all, it's not over and out. But the question is, can Roach out-boom the trebuchets? Because there will be trebs, they will be shooting on the town centers, they will make Roach have to reposition all his economy. So the question then is, can Roach actually outmaneuver in the long run the Imperial Age technology that is in from Ready here? No trebuchet yet. He's doing for Arbalest actually. Arbalest and cross. Actually, I think this is a perfect move by Ready here. He knows he has a feeling at this point that he has a better micro than Roach. So getting Arbalest, getting Bracer should be the perfect decision here. Also mixing in Trap afterward. I really like that. Is there a demo here? There's a demo. I really like the prioritization of upgrades. It's a demo! No! 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 Go! Ah! All right. Masterpiece countered by masterpiece. All right, we can appreciate that. He's also being taken off. Man, what the hell? What a game this is. What a series this is turning out to be. Wow. It's one samurai out, dealing very well with the skirms. No ballistics yet for either player. That was so important. If he didn't get that shot on the Arbalest, I guarantee you Roach is dead. He's out of it. It's over. But getting that kill rather, gives Roach a fighting chance still. Still no special shipping active, so that's very convenient. Now the question is, what does Ready have to show for? Ready has 15 population left, 10 villagers left. Roach is preparing more demos. He definitely got the taste for it after that first hit. But he's also starting to lose town centers now. I assume that Roach realizes maybe that he has probably a better economy. But again, he has to figure out how to deal with the tech. Ah, look at Ready. He doesn't want to take any more demo shots. So he's walling off the whole area, which is actually a really nice move. Is he going for the trap? He's going for the trap. Oh, it goes down. Man. Just as he's building his own castle, and he's looking close to click Imperial Age himself. Roach with the place, man. Roach with the I mean, this was a really clever play by Ready to wall off this side. But then again, perfect reaction by Roach to actually get the value for his demos. If Roach is clever now as well, he makes maybe 1 or 2 docks on the right side too, to even have more presence happening there. But this is the issue now, even though the economies are fragile for both players, the pressure is now coming in. There is a castle though, there are skirms. This is really, really well defensive play from Roach. Melee armor coming in, so I guess he wants to mix in a couple of more samurais. But what he needs right now is trebuchets, and again, Roach is doing a fantastic job defending here. I think he should also idle his eco now and go to Imperial Age, and then suddenly he has a village lead, and the game is super, super close. Economy looks fairly decent for Ready, but of course the numbers aren't really there. This is such a nice play as well. Just camping some war galleys on the gold. And they don't even die to Arbalest very easily, so you can even fall back now and just try to take a fight when they're in range. Or just lose everything. That's, I mean, each to their own, right? Roach, you have a market, you could buy 200 food and click Imperial Age. Now a dock coming up on the right side, so Roach is stream sniping, confirmed. This became such an interesting match as well. Is any villagers to take the trap? Oh my god! This is this is just so many actually sick plays in this match as well. Demo on the way. Demo on the way. Imperial Age on the way. Man, Roche is full again. This is similar to the third game. I thought Roche was dead and out. But guess what? Roche is not ready. Call it. Did lose a couple units there for free, which is a little bit disappointing for him for sure. But oh! He's gonna give me a heart attack when he's moving those arbalests onto the water. Now this is the challenge from Roach. Can he keep his castle alive? Can he get the numbers? If he gets the numbers and chase... fantastic move again by Redi. Walling off the area to make sure he won't be demoed. Fantastic move. Is there no ballistics yet for either player? I don't think either player has ballistic yet. Don't move to the... Okay. War galleys now with bracer, full upgrades. They're missing armor upgrades, but besides that, the arbalests are pretty well upgraded. Making skirms is Mr. Roach, which is the right decision. I think he needs to add more archery ranges, just as I say that. He's taking a lot of stones still. Could even do a second castle. He will have counter units as well, right? Once he has skirms, if he gets the last attack upgrade, suddenly his skirms trade really well against the units as well. Blue has ballistics. Doing masonry as well. Fantastic choice. Just gonna make sure the castle stays alive even more. Another castle from Roach. This is a game, boys. 10 more villas from Roach as well. Oh, Roach, don't fight yet. You don't have the last upgrade. It's almost in, though. It's almost in. No trebuchet on the way. Probably trebuchet would have been the right decision here. Not sure how long he can keep this castle alive. Bracer is now in, so the skirms now are in theory better than the arbalest. So he could make a commitment here. Still no trebuchet on the way from Roach. This is a very tunnel vision game right now, guys. Everything is happening in this area. Third trebuchet from Redi, as Roach now moves out with the crossbows, with the skirms. This is not a great fight though. He's still lacking armor upgrade, and the arbalests are hitting him from behind. Releasing the fires, he did not release the demos. Roach is target firing on the arbalest, which is the right decision to do. Good decision here, but he is losing some units to the traps as well. Such a clutch fight, such a clutch fight. Fourth trebuchet now from Redi as well. Production is lacking a little bit. Obviously the food income isn't really there. He has so many farms are idle. He's doing everything he can to repair this. Could we say that one mangonel here or two would have made a massive difference? There was 2 mangonels coming up here as well. He might have taken out all the traps. Now it's looking harder and harder from Roach. Even though he still has a 10 village lead. Town center went down. Castle is going down. Trebuchet is shooting the other castle as well. There are scouts on the way. Nice micro again by Redi. Redi is still missing ballistics. It's on the way now though. It's also doing bloodlines and second armor upgrade. Husbandry as well, so he's starting to mix in some cavalry. But Roach is on a timer here. Roach has to make something happen. As he's taking a good initial trade. 3 arbalests kind of for free. Castle is still alive, but the stone is now gone. The good thing Redi is doing here is he's falling behind the traps, right? So if these units automatically fire, they might shoot on the trap, which is what Redi wants, because he doesn't want to take the hits on his arbalest. He also has full upgrades now on arbalest, and the skirm numbers are just dwindling down. It's looking worse and worse from Roach, and better for Redi. And at last, does he know about the stone in the back? No, he doesn't know about the stone. Would probably not have made a massive difference. He tried to make a trap of his own now, but it got just instantly shot down. As he is falling down, falling back, and he has lost all the military he had. He's now losing the castles, and he's going to be super mega housed. And Redi is finally, with the final Redi of the day, he's ready to take this game. This was honestly... I never expected this match to be this good. This was actually an insanely good match. So many really good moments again. I'm really happy to see that the final was this good. Congratulations to Redi. Really solid 2 first games. Roach made a really good comeback. And even in this last game, it looked really close for a long time. But big congrats to Redi for taking the second division of my Discord tournament, called the Berserk division. So RediRodion from Poland, if I remember correctly, is the champion of the Berserk. He's the Berserk champion. So big congrats to Redi. The demo play was, dude, I think there was multiple plays throughout this whole series that was really impressive, actually. Even things that you might not think that even high-level players might pull off or do or think about. I think this was a really... I think Roach showed a lot of intellect and clever plays and good adaptation, while Redi showed more of a stereotypical mechanical player, if that makes sense. But even in this last game now, Redi showed also that he has more in him, in his locker, such as like the fast imp he threw in here. Again, these stone walls here to defend from the demos, really clever and great play. Thumbs up for that for sure. This was fantastic. I'm really satisfied to see that this set ended up being so good. The wall tunnel is really smart, indeed. Yeah, such a great game, actually. I didn't expect to get this excited about watching this. That was fantastic.